What is up, gang? Nick here. This one is going to be a fun one today, and we're covering a fascinating company in my opinion. If you've watched my channel before, you will be more than aware I focus on innovative disruption. Companies producing technologies and products that fit into our world in a way that hadn't been seen before. Companies challenging the status quo and changing the way humans do things. Automation and artificial intelligence has been escalating in prevalency for the past years. However, we can see this increasing in rate. Innovations of electric vehicles and autonomous driving software, or medical devices and aerospace. We are seeing automation rapidly expand as our technology increases in computational power. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at a very topical company pushing into the automation sphere and disrupting the status quo. Before we get to it today, check out our Patreon page. I'd really appreciate it. We have under the radar stocks, more content behind the scenes, and this also gains you access into our private Discord channels. This is where you can see all of my trades in real time. The chat is always popping off. There's always tips and tricks and big stock tips before the others get to it. The early bird gets the worm. Make sure to always do your own due diligence. I am not a financial advisor. Formulate your own opinions and do your own research. Disclaimer, this is a sponsored video. Make sure to always come to your own conclusions whenever allocating capital on the market. Don't just take my word for it because I'm saying it on the internet. Go out, formulate your own opinions, gather as much resources as you possibly can to then come to your own conclusions. Alright, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to first go over who the company is, what it is exactly they do. Next, I'm going to discuss where they see their business moving in the coming weeks, months, and quarters. And lastly, I'm going to cover their analytics. The company I want to talk about in today's episode is called Resgreen Group International, trading on the OTC markets under ticker symbol RGGI. They're up more than 400% in just the past few months, and I'll be getting to their charting shortly and why there's been such an increase in valuation. But first, I want to analyze the macroeconomic factors acting on the surge in interest in AI and robotics. Now, with the current status of our world, increased safety is paramount and on the front of everyone's minds. We have seen the health situation completely and fundamentally change the way we live our daily lives. There are additional safety protocols in place at every step, and it's likely that many of these novel technologies we have adopted are probably here to stay. This brings us to where Resgreen steps in. They are harnessing the unfortunate moment in our world and trying to mitigate these concerns through automation and artificial intelligence. Resgreen Group is a leading developer of artificial intelligence robots, autonomous mobile robots, and automatic guided vehicles. So Resgreen offers both solutions and actual products. They design a number of robots. One is called Wanda SD, which can be implemented into a variety of spaces. It is then able to navigate the space and disinfect accordingly. It uses ultraviolet sea lights both underneath the vehicle and mounted to its 42-inch tower. It is able to disinfect as it moves along residential, commercial, and industrial buildings. Now, its real use, in my opinion, is that it's able to break down the DNA or RNA of dangerous viruses and bacteria. These can be found in the water, surface, or air. We'll get back to that shortly. It has 2 levels of perimeter monitoring, including a passive infrared sensor and ultrasound that detects when somebody enters the area being sanitized. When this is detected, the ultraviolet waves automatically turn off, protecting the person. I really do think this device is extremely useful and relevant and safe, as it can also be controlled via a smartphone, protecting the user from having to actually be within the same space. Automatic robots are much more sophisticated than guided robots in that they can dynamically navigate a space using a map, planning paths, and travel more quickly and efficiently. As I stated before, Resgreen also offers solutions, including autonomous logistics systems, autonomous transfer of equipment from point to point, autonomous manufacturing system, deploying LOT in the complete production line. They have a parking system, which uses a platform to lift the car from the entrance to the parking space, streamlining logistics and manufacturing, and plant engineering and manufacturing consulting. They do a lot. Now, automation can give businesses a much quicker return on their investment, as it's typically a one-time upfront cost that then begins paying for itself over time. We can see the global industrial automation market size rapidly expanding trading and is poised to post a compounded annual growth rate of 8.9% between 2020 and 2027 alone. We can also see this massive rise of automation within the robotics industry, as they are expected to reach roughly 25 billion by 2027 worldwide. There is no question our world is turning towards robotics to improve ROIs, improve human health and safety, and in many cases increase efficiency. We have seen other nanocap stocks absolutely take off this year within the same space. I brought up DFly a number of months ago, an AI screening measure in the same topical realm surrounding the current health situation, and since I brought it up just a few short months ago, it's now trading up over 500%. We can see that companies well positioned for this health situation will bring in a lot of investor interest. Now, Wanda SD has recently hit markets and they are making small sales. However, I really can't see this becoming a fundamental utility that businesses use upon slowly reopening to the public. I think that industrial and commercial spaces like hotels, clinics, and office spaces will need some sort of mitigating disinfectant while remaining cost effective. I think this is where ResGreen can step in so perfectly. So moving to their charting, we can see that ResGreen is incredibly new to the market, having just hit the market on November 24th of 2020. They are a nanocap company with a very low market cap of only 532,000 and an enterprise value of 4.87 million. With any nanocap or penny stock, always make sure you are aware of the risks. Yes, there is more potential reward typically with penny stocks, however this does come with much more risk, so please be aware of this. They have a massive 52-week range, moving from a low of just north of 1 cent to a high of 1.49. The stock has soared 437% in just the past few months, and we are pulling off from those recent highs, which may suggest a more enticing entry point. They have 538,000 shares outstanding with an average volume of 1.79 million shares. They have recently begun selling their autonomous robot to commercial spaces, and I will be watching to see if they are able to break into hotel and other commercial spaces where I think they could really do some heavy revenue. I do think this is a very interesting company. I haven't seen many like it on the market, and I think this is a wide open and emerging space perfect for our coming landscape. Anyways, everyone, like I stated before, make sure to always come to your own conclusions, formulate your own decisions. Don't just take my word for it because I'm saying it on the internet. Penny stocks do come with more risks, so please be aware of this. Check out our Patreon page if you want more content under the radar stocks, access to all of our portfolios. This also gains you access into our exclusive Discord channel. This is where you can see all of our trades in real time and connect with our chat. This thing is always popping off. I absolutely love it. Anyways, everyone, I will see you all in the next video. Take care, happy trading, cheers.